Why are we on the side of the road up here?
Because some crazy damn daredevil just was like, hey, you need to bed those brakes in. I said, okay, Dad, we'll just go down the bottom, flip around.
No, that's not what you said. That is not, you were mad because I wouldn't just flip in the middle of this double yellow line road with the car behind me.
So he decides to pull off on a damn drainage ditch on the side of Mount Nebo State Park.
Here exactly for that reason, emergency pull off here, and it was a bit of an emergency. We gotta hurry up, because I gotta hurry up move this truck.
Hope them cops don't come.
I'm waiting for it.
I mean, wow, dude, this is bad. This is a whole new level of evil right here.
You're gonna need the elbow pad. About to take that damn seat off.
Whoa.
About to take the seat off. You recording?
Flip this upside down, yeah. So I get too much, when I have to look down, I get too much breathing into the mic.
Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolf Tick Videos episode. On today's episode, we are atop beautiful Mount Nebo State Park. We got the benchmark trails that away, and then over this way we have got the Black Diamond Hayes Creek Run. This bike has successfully made it down the Hayes Creek Run in stock form, but she ain't stock anymore. Okay, we got the DNM 38 down here, and we've also got some brand new, what today's episode is all about, the Shimano MT-200 2-piston hydraulic brakes,
which we've done reviews on. We've talked about plenty in the past, but it was time to relive them a little bit in today's day and age.
Yeah, so...
And what should have been put on this bike, possibly.
So we're fixing to hit it, all right? What we're going to do is we're going to take it down Hayes Creek. We're going to talk about these hydraulic brakes. Super heavy bike. 160mm rotors. Will 2-piston budget hydraulic brakes be enough to slow the sucker down going down the mountain? We're fixing to find out.
Well, speaking of slowing down going down the mountain, I mean, that would suck.
Interesting is it says that there's no trailers that are longer
than... That's the size of ours.
Yeah, no trailers that are longer than 24 foot. Ours has got a 22 box on it, but total it's longer than...
18.
18? Okay. That one looks a little longer.
We're 22 total.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you can't have a 24-foot trailer or longer here at Mount Nebo because it's windy and crooky up the drive. But anyway, all right, guys, let's get some sunglasses on. I already got the cameras hooked up. We got to get these brakes bedded in, and then we're gonna go hit Hayes Creek. Let's get after it. Guys, we're fixing to bed the Shimano MT-200 hydraulic brakes. We got a camera on the rear, a camera on the front, and we've got a camera on the lever. I decided to put on the left side because I mainly use my front. I use the rear sometimes, but I only go all slideways. Axum FS, I'm over here calling Wolfman the Daredevil. He just took off and I'm fixing to go down the mountain. We're gonna see what our average speed is here. All right, here we go, good. We got GPS signal. Hopefully these brakes will stop us today. We're gonna go on the front. Yeah, good thing we're bedding these in. That front isn't even grabbing hardly, guys. Holy crap, that rear's grabbing good. And what's weird is the rear is the brand new one, and I think the front, no, the front's brand new too. I think there's definitely a buildup. There's definitely got to be a buildup on the pads. But if you guys can hear that, as soon as I go to hit that front, there's actually a little tiny bit of pad movement, just the smallest amount. So that was our bed in. That front's not grabbing all that great, and we did alcohol these rotors down without good old isopropyl. That rear's grabbing really good right now. Tiny bit of pad movement. Let's see if that helped out with that front. We're fixing to hit Hayes Creek Run. That's right down that way. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell you guys the power of editing. So we used an opener at the beginning that you guys saw. And then we did our intro, which I'm coming up on is the intro. And then you're now watching the second portion of the video. We're going to go back to the intro portion that we're filming, and then I'm going to ride it. So it's an entire thing. All right, Mount Nebo brakes are bedded in. Good thing we get any smoking going on these things. But let's get ready to hit this.
Yeah, don't know the condition of this trail. Trail Jesus said they hadn't got to it yet when we talked to them. So you gotta make sure you're cautiously enjoying it.
Yeah. I got you. All right. Love you. I'll see you at the bottom.
Love you. Be careful. Have fun.
Ooh, look at that. All right, we're ready to go now, guys. We hear something big coming down the road. It's a crane. Let's do this, Wolf Dick Nation. We're gonna come up on Poe Lawless, the Kiss Your Own up here. Still got the original group set on this thing, right? Only thing we've done is a air shock, right? The D&M and some hydraulic brakes. We're trying to really get across the how this bike should have been coming out of Walmart, you know, for a price of right around $500. It's kind of a big deal. That's not cheap. But we're gonna ride the heck out of this thing and see if these MT-200s have enough power to actually stop this thing. I love this trail. This fork is complete garbage though. It is so bad, this fork. Well, let's hit Hayes Creek, this Black Diamond, and let's get after it and see what kind of damage we can do. Hopefully no damage to this camera. Camera just come off. Let me see if I can remount that guy and we'll restart back up there. Scraped up the paint. Scraped up the paint. Can't have that. Okay, hopefully this mount back here is good enough. I'm hoping that's gonna stay there. Found some gloves. Extra large. Trail Jesus, you know, any extra large riders up here. These gloves are not cheap. They got spiders all on them. We're gonna put these in the fanny pack. All right. Anybody got some Fox large extra gloves riding at Mount Nebo on a Sunday? Hit us up, or hit Trail Jesus up. He might know them. Hell, they might be Trail Jesus' gloves. All right, the maintenance man. Make sure this front is tight. Something just feels off. All right, let's get after it. Let's not lose a camera. Shimano MT-200s. Test 2. That shock is beautiful. Okay, camera's still good. All right, I'm one finger in it right now. I gotta go 2 fingers because I'm not confident enough in them just yet. We'll get some spots down here to really test this thing out. Hope I don't lose that camera. Oh, this bike is going to be a monster when we go to upgrade it because that rear shock has made such a big difference. 2 fingering still. Be nice and genteel with it. You know, we're talking about some pad movement. I don't know if that was pad movement or if that was just the fork acting weird. That quick release is tight, but like right now when I go to squeeze on them, ooh, the chain slap. It actually feels quite solid. So I don't know, we might have to have a redo on the pad movement. I'm not thinking that there's a lot. First little switchback, not too bad. We'll get some more speed and get more comfortable here. I'm gonna have to switch to 1 finger on both of these guys because I just don't feel confident with not enough grip on these bars. It's a rough trail. And honestly, I'd rather jump off the bike or put myself into a ditch than just rely on brakes. Okay, now we're getting it. Rear shock is great. You know, these brakes have been around for quite a long time. Very budget brakes, only 2 piston, but you can still get them at a pretty fair price. And the good thing is they're bled already. They usually come with barbs and olives, depending on where you get them from. We'll put some different affiliate links in the description below if you do need to cut them down. But they were perfect for this bike. We did do the measurements on the initial impressions episode. And they were just the perfect length for 29. And that's most of the time across the board, across the board from our experience. Most brakes are gonna give it to you long enough for a 29er. You have to come down for a 27.5. But the other plus was it was pretty much a plug and play. Jeez, it was a plug and play. It was all external routing. And that fork sucks, by the way. Okay, we got a Savage Rock Garden. We're gonna get up to speed. We're gonna slam the brakes. Okay, it slowed us down going to the Savage Rock Garden. Oh my gosh. 29er rolls right past everything. Little tabletop action here. Something's hitting that rear. I think it's that camera. I have to fix it. Okay. Definitely enough squeeze power to slow me down after these things got bedded in. In the beginning, a little shaky. We're gonna have to take this mount off the rear, guys. It is just not doing the trick. What I'm surprised with so far is it's enough power to slow down this bike, which is super heavy like we talked about, with some really crappy tires. And this trail is moist. It's not wet. It's not quite tacky, but it's got that moist feel to it. So it's pretty surprising that these brakes are actually clamping down as much as they are. Again, that the brake pad movement, there's not a lot. What surprises me is at the top of the mountain, I thought I felt a lot, but we had a max speed, by the way, of 20 miles an hour on the top of the mountain. And I think it was that fork that was making that noise, that pressure under it. Well, let's keep going here. We'll talk about some of the modulation feel, if they're more ABS. Okay, definitely 2 fingers into these types of turns here. What I like about the lever design, it's beefy enough. They're a little long, okay, a little long on the lever design, but that's because they're not a 2-finger, right? And they're not real set close to the bars. I didn't mess with the reach. They're kind of a mixture between a 1-finger and a 2-finger, but they don't feel cheesy. Oh, they don't feel cheesy to the point of feeling like I'm gonna break the lever off, and that's never a good thing. I can definitely get the modulation here, hit it just hard enough or just slow enough to really get to the points of having to slow down. Drop area. Oh, buddy, that fork was forced to work right now. Get enough modulation to really feel the, oh man, baby heads. Wow. To really feel the pad squeezing onto the rotor, and that's what you want. I hate those types where you start to go and squeeze the brake levers and it feels like they're gonna snap off, or you don't really feel them making contact with the rotor. Those are the ones that are really hard to judge where you're at. Another thing we're gonna do is, since this trail is so damn long, we're gonna check out gonna try and see if there's any type of brake fade. Oh my gosh, rough trail today. My hands are already hurting because of this damn fork. And we'll look at these rotors down here as well. Super heavy bike. It's a 29er, so it keeps that speed, right? And for these brakes to have slowed me down the areas that we have already, it's pretty impressive. And we've got some really fast areas down here we're gonna try, especially the spot right before the $1 Million Bridge. We'll make sure we point that out. This is an awesome trail. Gotta be my favorite in Arkansas. All right, the 1-fingers are good here. I keep wanting to switch to the 2, but I just got to give it, I think I got to give it some more confidence in the 1-finger department. Let's see how we do here. Oh, okay. They're 1-finger strong enough, like, to slow you down. If you have enough strength in your 1-finger, I'm going to say that right now. I think they're traditionally a 2-finger for most people. But if you got some good little strong hands on you, 1-finger ain't a problem. Okay, yeah. And the modulation is getting there now. They're really starting to bite. A lot of the times that brake fade's gonna kick in here, or you'll feel like the strength is just worn out, you know, like you're squeezing and squeezing, almost having to pump it up. But what's nice is the same exact wall that I've hit every single time from the top to where I'm at the moment, it's the same. It hasn't gone closer to the bar. It hasn't gone further away from the bar. We all know that feeling. We all hate that feeling. Got a pretty good feature here. Oh yes, we all hate that feeling of squeezing a lever, 1-fingering, and it's just enough to where I don't slide out from under me. But we all hate that feeling. Before we get to $1 Million Bridge, let me go ahead and stop and look at these rotors, of starting to squeeze that brake lever here you start to squeeze that brake lever, and what usually happens is your hand is right here, and that brake lever, you're going, why is it doing that? It's getting closer and closer to your finger and finally starting to make contact. And I hate that. Right now, these MT-200s, they're not doing that. There's no brake fade. The wall is right there, and right past that is the you know what I'm saying? That's when it really starts to stop you. And there's enough modulation here where it doesn't feel like I'm hitting a wall going, oh, damn, there's the wall. I'm fixing to go over the bar. You can be gentle with it as much as you can because that feel of the pad squeezing the rotor. And that's really good. Brakes, the rotor is piping hot. I can feel the heat coming off of it. The good thing is I don't see like any burn marks or anything like that in this rotor up here. Let's look at the back rotor. I'm using the back a lot more than I thought I was going to. Okay, the back is cool. It's not necessarily crazy hot, but we cleaned these rotors. I'm just happy that the front's starting to really grab now. Because in the beginning, going down and checking out the bedding process, that front was like not grabbing whatsoever, but now it is tacky. So good. All right, guys, I'm gonna set this bike up. This is what we're gonna do. Everybody talks about, a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people talk about messing with the reach adjustment while you're riding and that pretty much ruining your brake. And we've actually talked about that. Not ruining the brake, but messing it up to where you have to bleed it. So what I'm going to do is, this is a reach adjustment right here. The more you screw it out, the further away it will go, and the further you screw it in, I believe, the closer it will get to the bar. That shouldn't mess with the modulation nor the feel, just the distance in between the lever and the grip itself. So I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, and we're going to see how it feels on the rest of this trail. I think screwing it to the right. Okay, screwing it to the right brings it out. Screwing it to the left brings it in. We've done this test on other brakes before, on some more budget brakes, and I can't remember how it went. Pretty sure it stayed the same, but it still feels the same where the wall is. Okay, so now, if anything, we're going to have, that's quite a bit closer. This is the before pretty much. It's pretty much the same, right? I can just about fit this multi-tool in between. Right there, right before it gets to that little crook. And this guy over here will go, and it's making contact right there as opposed to right here. So we're quite a bit closer now. We're going to do the same thing on this, the passenger side, the rear, and we're going to see if it makes a difference or if they're just as strong, which I have a feeling they're going to be just as strong, but I don't want to come to any conclusions yet. All right, here we go. Oh, I like where the levers are now for sure. Good little speed portion here. Ooh, here's my turn. Here's my turn. Oh, man. Okay. So we're getting down deep in these turns now. We're going to get a little bit of air and a switchback, and I believe we'll be on our way. I don't like where the levers are. I don't like where the levers are. When I go to my one finger, they're starting to hit my knuckles, and they're staying there. That's the feeling I hate. Most of the time it happens because of brake fade, but right now it's just because I mess with the reach. But they feel just as strong. This area I'm talking about here. Oh, buddy. They feel just as good. Probably need to kick those back out for the next review on whatever we do. Shoot. What the hell? New group set, anybody? Wow. This bike needs some love, man. Let's keep going. All right. That was $1 million bridge, by the way. She's flowing. We got some good fast portions now. Got a couple really good decline switchbacks, and then we've got our speed area. So we got to 19 miles an hour on the brake bed, and I've got my GPS watch going right now. We'll see what we get to on this trail when we get done, if I can remember to remind you guys. Sketchy area, very loose rock, having a 2-finger. So the cool thing is with adjusting that reach is where the wall was. The wall is closer now, like it should be. It didn't mess with the modulation portion of the free area to squeeze, where you start feeling the pads making contact with the rotor. It just made it closer, and that's good. That's what it should do. You would think that would throw all that off, but no. So right after this, we have got that really fast area. And I'm hoping these tires will stick just enough. That rear shock should really allow us to get down into these grooves. It's too bad the seat post is as long as it is, but it should get us sticking enough to where we can keep some good speed throughout. And they're coming up. Ooh, guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. We got some more stuff coming to this bike, and we are fixing to hit this fast area. Okay, here we go. We'll do a maximum speed. If I hit this turn just right, 2 fingers in. Okay, something's rubbing. Ooh. Oh, buddy, that was close with that tree and the grip of the tires. Jeez, I'm trying to get a good little speed run here. Okay. Oh, that was fun. Sketch, but a lot of fun. Wow, I'm curious to see what our max speed was.
Enough to stop us over here, that's good.
All right, just got done. Now I'm promising these guys I gotta tell them the max speed. We hit 19 miles an hour, bedding the brakes in. And right now, we just hit, drum roll.
Oh,
Christmas vacation style. All right, we hit a max speed of 14.41. I was trying to get up to a really good speed over here because the confidence in the brakes are great. So let's talk about the MT-200s. I think it is a very underrated brake. I know a lot of people are getting them out there, and I'd like to think that we're the reason for that, okay?
well, I think we definitely play a part in it. And at the conversation I just had, I know we are.
Yeah. I think this is what this bike needs. I think it needs the MT-200. The 2 pistons are just good enough. This bike is a very heavy bike, okay? We really didn't lighten it up that much because that freaking honking fork up there, and we still got that crank set and that group set, the steel bars. I mean, this thing is still heavy. The downside to the MT-200s, what I'm finding out is the reach for those people that don't have strong enough hands to one finger them. Because like you said, I can probably one finger them. I can one finger them, no problem. And what I like is the way they come stock is they don't hit your hands whatsoever on the one fingers. But I said, well, let's do this. Let's do a little test. Let me go ahead and adjust the reach out there, do some science and see if there's any brake fade, if there's a wall that's no longer there anymore. If, you know, just get them closer to the bar and let's see, because everybody says, oh, well, you have to bleed them again. It introduces air. We did that, got them closer to the bar. And then I had to use 2 finger because the 1 finger, they were smashing into my fingers. But that's a good sign, and try to follow me on this. If you go to squeeze a brake lever and you go this much and there's a wall there, the interesting thing about these brakes is when I adjusted the reach, so instead of the reach being out here, the lever being out here, the lever's now, say right there, 3/4 of the way down. When I go to squeeze it, the wall is no longer right there. The wall is now further down the line. So that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It moves that wall area where you're able to still modulate and not lose all of that in between. I think on the more budget side of brakes, I want us to kind of go back, maybe watch some episodes, and maybe get some more budget brakes and start talking about that a little bit closer, because that's a huge deal. If you can adjust the reach wherever it's at, and it also adjusts your modulation point and your wall point, that's really good. Pedals need to be changed out. Tires, we got to do some stuff to this, guys. But man, thank you so much for watching another Will Tick Videos episode. We appreciate you guys watching as always. That was the MT-200. Are they good enough to slow down a 40-something pound bike?
Yeah,
you know?
on a bike that we are doing a series of how it could have and should have came.
Yeah, and
I want to add that real quick before you sign off.
What?
A lot of the comments of, well, Walmart's not, you know, they can't sell a bike with hydraulic brakes because it, you know, maintenance, or because of, you know, failure. They can't sell a bike with the air fork because of shock pump and this and that, or a rear shot air shock. Here's the problem. Once upon a time, people said Walmart couldn't sell bikes that didn't have kickstands. Well, that's changed. Walmart could easily sell bikes that have anything because they could sell the parts and the things needed in their little bike department.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't, if Walmart not wanting to sell stuff to upgrade the bike, fine. You know, you can come up with whatever excuse you want. But I think they could, if they decide that's what they want to do, they can do any of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the bike should have come with hydraulic brakes because it's a heavy bike.
And they sell bikes that have hydraulic brakes.
Yeah. Yeah, go to the website.
Don't we got, yeah, well, on the website. But, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any on the floor we've ever seen with hydraulic brakes. I don't know if there is, but What's the difference in the website and on the floor? I mean, when it comes to that.
That's true. I mean, you can
We've
order
seen-
this bike on the website, or you can order one with hydraulic brakes on the website. So it's a good point.
Anyway, I don't know.
All right, guys. We will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.